Welcome in, guys. Tiger Mark here. I thank you guys for tuning in and supporting me. And for those who have yet to do so, man, just comment, like, subscribe, share, and help me get this thing off the ground. Help me get it going. Once again, I'm diving head first into this. I'm just trying to do my best, and the more experience I get, the better I'll get. But anyway, with that being said, before I move even further into this, I need you guys to come together as one. The LSU family, my friends, and say a prayer for Greg Brooks. And may he have a speedy recovery. In case y'all may not know, in case y'all wonder who Greg Brooks is, for those of you who don't know, Greg Brooks is a starting safety on the LSU football team. And Greg underwent surgery to remove a tumor. So hopefully the surgery and everything else goes well, and we're just praying and hoping and wishing for him to have a speedy recovery. And God bless you, Greg. If you ever get a chance to see this, God bless you, man. And we're rooting for you. That being said, tomorrow night, Tiger Stadium will be our SEC home opener. Okay, not the SEC opener. It's the SEC home opener. The SEC opener took place last week. We went up to Starkville and pretty much handled our business against Mississippi State, and we ended up winning the game by a final score of 41-14. If any of you missed it, you missed the classic. Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors put on a clinic. Okay. Hats off to him. Great game. Great atmosphere. Started off a little rocky on that first drive because of those cowbells, and I was kind of worried about that. But we weathered the storm. We came together as one, and we prevailed. That's what it's going to take this whole season. You guys, y'all might not believe me. If we continue to go out and just play one game at a time, 60 minutes of football, mistake-free football, and we communicate on the back end, this team is going to be fine. Trust me, we're going to be fine. But anyway, we pulled out the victory. We now sit 2-1 in the SEC. No, I'm sorry. We now sit 2-1 on the season, 1-0 in the SEC West, with another SEC West opponent this Saturday night in the Arkansas Razorbacks, who are coming off a loss to BYU last Saturday at home by the final score of 38-31. Okay. They are led by KJ Jefferson, senior quarterback, who decided to come back and forego his senior season to dip his feet into the NFL. So KJ decides to stay. Last year, going into this game against Arkansas, we were on the road. Bad conditions, rain, freezing cold, just a bad condition for a game to be played in last week. But not last year, I'm sorry. But not to make any excuses, both teams had to show up, and we prevailed by the final score of 13-10. And y'all know Harold Perkins pretty much carried us that game. The offense wasn't in sync. It was just a sloppy, all around. It was a bad game. Now I don't know how much you want to chalk it up to. We had just came off a big victory against Alabama, so I don't know how much that played into it. We kind of had like a letdown, or we were overlooking those guys. But hopefully this Saturday night we won't overlook Arkansas. Go in, handle our business, take care of the small things, do what we're supposed to do, come out, no injuries, and hopefully we can get in some more of these guys to get them some reps. Okay? Arkansas Razorbacks, they are 2-1 on the season, and this is their first game in conference play. And I know Sam Pittman and KJ Jefferson and company, they will be looking to redeem themselves after what happened to them at home last Saturday. Going into this game, man, Arkansas, they're being led by their quarterback, KJ Jefferson. On the season, he's passed for 629 yards. He has 6 touchdowns, and he has 1 interception. Okay. Now, with that being said, they will, however, be without their starting running back this game. Raheem Sanders is his name. They call him Rocket. He's out right now with an injury. So his backup, A.J. Green, pretty good running back. He had a big, I think a 55-yard run against BYU last week. Not sure, but he had a pretty long touchdown run. I'm thinking he may have scored both of his touchdowns last week against BYU. But on the season, A.J. Green has carried the ball 28 times for a total of 180 yards, and he has 2 touchdowns. Okay, so he's pretty much their featured back, and they have some more guys that are coming off the bench that's pretty capable of getting it done too. As far as the receivers go, Andrew Armstrong is their leading receiver. He has 18 receptions on the season with 197 yards and 3 touchdowns. Outside of that, they have a freshman tight end. He had a pretty solid game against BYU last Saturday also. His name is Luke Haas. He has 9 receptions for 123 yards and 3 touchdowns. Okay. That's who's leading stat-wise for Arkansas on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, Arkansas is being led in tackles by Jaheim Thomas, okay? Jaheim has 30 total tackles on the season, and 14 of those tackles are solo. And he has 2.5 sacks. All right? Defensive backfield as wise. They defensive backs. They have a transfer that came from LSU, Dwight McGlothern. Dwight has 1 pick on the season, okay? But here's the thing. Here's the difference. As a unit, the Arkansas Razorbacks as a unit have 9 interceptions on the season. 9. Okay? LSU Tigers as a unit, defensive backs, on the season interceptions, we have 2 interceptions on the season. It's not very good. All right. One big factor in this game we were going to have to pay attention to, and I hope Coach Kelly stressed it enough to them in practice. Special teams. You watched the game last Saturday. Mississippi State return specialists almost popped the film on us. We gave up entirely too many yards on special teams. I think so. That being said, we're going to have to stay in our lanes and stay to our assignments on kickoffs and punt coverage. Okay? Because Arkansas has a freshman, okay, by the name of Isaiah Satagna. He had an 88-yard return against BYU last Saturday night for a touchdown. All right. On the season, he has 6 returns for a total of 154, with that 1 touchdown being an 88-yard against BYU. But here's the thing. He's a freshman, and the kid is a speedster. One little crack of daylight, and he's gone. We don't need that to be a difference maker in field position, so we need to put an emphasis on special teams. That's going to be a big key in tomorrow night's game. Whether we win or not, I believe it's going to have a big say-so. All right. Now, as far as we go offensive-wise, y'all already know Jaden Daniels has been doing his thing. Okay. He's passed for 978 yards on the season. He has 8 touchdowns with 1 interception. All right. But what I'm not liking, he's also our leading rusher. Okay. Some of that due to the fact that he has had to scramble. I understand that, but he has 157 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. All right, so hopefully our offensive line. I mean, I know these guys were young last season. They still young this season. They're sophomores. Emory Jones, Will Campbell, Zalance Hurd. You know, with the likes of those guys, hopefully they can continue to gel as a unit and get this running game off the ground. We're going to need to be able to pound the rock sooner or later. You're not going to go through SEC play winning ball games with not being able to run the ball. It's not going to happen. You know. As far as running, the closest rusher we have behind Jaden Daniels is Logan Diggs. If I didn't say that already, if I did, I'm sorry. Logan has carried the ball 24 times on a year for 156 yards. He has 1 touchdown. All right. Logan is averaging 6.5 yards per carry, which is not bad. You know. And he's followed by Josh Williams. Josh has 104 yards on the season, 1 touchdown, but he has a remarkable 7.4 yards per carry. That's a lot. 7.4 yards per carry. That's like every second down you have 3 yards to go, or even 2 yards to go. So with those kind of stats like that, on second down with stats like that, you should be able to like play action pass and go over the top. I'm just saying. Amani Goodwin, I'm not sure if he still will be available for this game. If he will be available for this game, he's been out with injuries. Trey Bradford, we saw him open up against Florida State. I didn't see him. I don't recall seeing him last week against Mississippi State. So hopefully he sees some action this Saturday. Caleb Jackson, we already know that freshman is going to be a dog. If you guys missed it, please go back and rewind and go to YouTube and watch the run when he ran over the cornerback from Mississippi State. Caleb Jackson is going to be a beast. And guess what? He's only a freshman. My thing is the backfield is crowded. Okay. Hopefully these guys are not having a problem sharing the ball. And hopefully Saturday night we will have the right combination to tote that rock. And hopefully whoever totes it does a damn good job of doing so. Okay. I'm not going to doubt that. I'm not going to doubt that then Brock was going to have those guys up ready to go. You know. So hopefully we're going into this game with a good game plan. And another thing I want to touch on, Jaden Daniels running the ball. That's okay when the pocket breaks down and you have to improvise with your feet. But guy, you're going to have to start getting down. You're going to have to start sliding. If they got to take you next door across the street to Alex Box Stadium and let Coach Jay Johnson teach you how to slide, you're going to have to start sliding, my man, or you're going to get hurt. Simple as that. Okay? So, Jaden, if you ever see this, man, please start sliding. Please get down. Please. Appreciate it, dog. All right? Receiving-wise, man, if you missed Malik Neighbors last Saturday night, he put on a show. Okay? Well, not Saturday night, Saturday morning. I'm sorry. But he put on a show. What he did was so spectacular, it lasted until the night for me because I kept watching over and over. So that's why I said Saturday night. But if you missed it, go look it up. But on the season, Malik Neighbors has 393 yards receiving, y'all. 3 touchdowns. Okay? And he's followed by Brian Thomas Jr. Brian also has 3 receiving touchdowns on the year with a total of 280 yards receiving. Here's the thing. Chris Hilton Jr., Kyron Lacey, and even Aaron Anderson. He's a freshman, but I believe Aaron needs some more touches because of the speed and his elusiveness and the things he can do in the open field. So hopefully we working on that too, trying to get him the ball in space other than just jet sweeps. All right. The wide receiver room is huge, man. Down the stretch, we're going to need some of these guys to step up. What happens now with a game like Malik Neighbors had, it's possibility he's going to start gaining attention and gaining double teams, drawing double teams, okay? So, Hilton, Lacey, Aaron Anderson, and hopefully we get Mason Taylor back. You guys going to just have to step it up as the competition steps up. You know, Jaden Daniels, hopefully y'all guys are in practice. Y'all working on some more quick hitters, because last Saturday I saw some guys literally running wide open. You know. And that reminds me, one thing I do think we have an upper hand on against Arkansas. I broke down some game film. KJ Jefferson, he's probably going to be drafted next season. You know, I don't know really right now. It's so early to tell. I don't think he'll go too high. I can't say he'll be no low draft either. But right now, I'm looking at KJ Jefferson, some of his replays, man, and I noticed a tendency. They do like to run RPOs, which most teams are running that. That's understandable. But KJ Jefferson has a tendency to stare down his receivers. Go back and look at any game film, especially the loss last Saturday night against BYU. He was staring those receivers down. He'd lock in on his first target, and that's a wrap. Every now and then, he would go to his second read. Third read, I never saw him go to it. Never. So, hopefully, Madhouse, he got the guys aware of that. Hopefully, the secondary will be up to par and ready to play. After all, man, on the defensive side of the ball, I don't think I spoke on it, but yeah, on the season as a team, LSU has only 5 sacks. That's not going to get it done as we get deeper and deeper into SEC play. Do I think that the defense played amazing last Saturday? Yes, I do. Major steps, major improvement. But you got to know this. KJ Jefferson is going to look to get out of the pocket when his first progression, first read is not there. He's going to look to scramble. He want to be a pocket passer, but he can run too. And once he gets going, he's a load to bring down. He's a pretty big guy. All right. We only have 2 picks on the season. Hopefully we can improve upon that, you know. Devin Harris, I think he's going to solidify one spot. Sooner or later, Zay Alexander is going to really get it all together, because I feel tomorrow night KJ is going to test the secondary. He really is, you know. And I'm just loving. I am totally in love with the linebacker tandem that we put on the field last Saturday. With Weeks, Greg Penn, Hal Perkins, that should be the starting rotation at linebacker the rest of the season, unless somebody gets hurt, okay? We shouldn't change anything up. Keep it right there. Don't change up anything. With that being said, tomorrow, y'all know, Arkansas comes into town looking for their first win of the season in the SEC. And it won't happen, not tomorrow in Baton Rouge. End of the day, I think Arkansas linebackers are a bit undersized. The offensive line is a bit undersized, but athletic, because SEC ball, you're going to have some small but athletic interior players, okay? But I just think we'll be able to wear them down. If we run the ball, we'll be able to wear them down, set the pass up get some big pass plays, go back to the run, wear them down some more, and at the end of the day, we're going to grind out this victory. I'm looking for it to be close until the second quarter. Second quarter, I think we start pouring it on. And when it's all said and done, I think my LSU Tigers leave out of Death Valley 2-0 in SEC West play by a final score of LSU 31, Arkansas 13. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Even give me your thoughts and your predictions and your picks on tomorrow night's game. End of the day, you already know what time it is. Go Tigers.